Mount Vernon Mayor Thomas unveiled his new quality of life task force early this week, aimed at cracking down on illegal practices at homes and businesses here in Mount Vernon. So what was the problem here at OK Freddy's? So here at Next Level Camp for Boys, you've got your average sports. You've got baseball, soccer, lacrosse, basketball. But as you can see, you've also got your not so average sports. They like to call this one Gaga, where they hit the ball around, and if it hits your feet, you're out. Scanlon says there are 3 things he learned in the military that he likes to teach his players: value, duty, and honor. And now, thanks to the efforts of his players and this entire organization, it's beginning to pay off as they continue to defend the blue line. Now, just minutes away here from the start of the National League wildcard game, the Mets and the Giants, and fans shuffling into Citi Field confident, as you can hear, that their Mets can pull it out.
Well, there's some backlash and anger in Mount Vernon after a quality of life initiative was put into motion by the city's mayor.
A new task force put into place a shutdown on an alleged boarding house and a food market. And tonight, the owner of that market is speaking out. Fox 1's Mack Rosenberg has the story.
This is Freddie Willis, owner of OK Freddy's Meat Market on South 4th Avenue here in Mount Vernon. He says he's owned the store for 10 years. Now it's shut down after police raided the business Tuesday. He says giving staff and customers 15 minutes to leave. 10 years.
10 years, yes. It's crazy. I never had no violation, nothing.
Because this is a man who provides jobs for at least 50 people of the community.
Mount Vernon Mayor Thomas unveiled his new quality of life task force early this week, aimed at cracking down on illegal practices at homes and businesses here in Mount Vernon. So what was the problem here at OK Freddy's?
There are some life safety issues in his operations, including illegal sales of alcohol, exposed wire, changes made within the premises that were not registered with the city.
But Freddie and his workers deny any major wrongdoing.
I don't have no violation, no health department violation, no building, no fire, no city, no unpaid tickets. I don't got nothing.
4th Avenue is like Times Square. We're going to take every action to restore 4th Avenue to a vital place of doing business.
Freddie's store worker Leon Ray says it's disrespectful to hardworking people of the local community.
Real disrespect of hardworking people coming out to make honest bread. And I know the Constitution of the United States doesn't promote such an act, but they come in and told us that the police department come in and told us that we had to leave within 15 minutes.
Now Freddie and his workers do acknowledge that they need to install smoke detectors, but they say they were given no time to do so. Mayor Thomas says Willis was warned over 60 times about all the violations. Reporting in Mount Vernon, Mack Rosenberg, FiOS 1 News.
With summer in full swing in the Hudson Valley, parents often have to make the decision on which summer camp to send their kids to.
Well, one new camp in Westchester County is trying to make that decision a little easier. Fox 1's Mack Rosenberg has more.
It's that time of the year as kids across Westchester gear up for another summer of camp. This summer, a new program is mixing sports with educational activity. It's called Next Level Day Camp.
There's a lot of different unique sports. There's rugby. I've never tried rugby before, and it's really fun.
The camp is gender specific, with a girls' location at the Ursuline School in New Rochelle that started last summer, and the newly added location for boys at Archbishop Stepinac High School in White Plains.
Kids are more natural when they're in an environment with kids their own gender, especially on the girls' side. To be honest with you, they're just more comfortable. They're not distracted by the other things. They're more free to be who they want to be.
I never played soccer, and I always wanted to play because I wanted to try out for my team, and I decided to try it out, and now I come there every single day.
So here at Next Level Camp for Boys, you've got your average sports. You've got baseball, soccer, lacrosse, basketball, but as you can see, you've also got your not so average sports. They like to call this one Gaga, where they hit the ball around, and if it hits your feet, you're out.
But they also do programming here, and they do robotics, and we did rocketry, and we do some crafts along with fashion, and just a whole pile of things that get girls working with their hands and their minds together.
The camp runs through August 5th, and you can visit our website, FiOS1News.com, for more information. Reporting in White Plains, Mack Rosenberg, FiOS 1 News. And he's out.
Wow, guy's got talent.
He's got talent. Wow, Mac. Very well done. All right, time now for another check of that forecast. Absolutely.
The Iona Prep hockey team took on Chaminade last night, but what happened on the ice was secondary to the tremendous fundraising efforts of the team. Files One's Mack Rosenberg has the story.
Having a family member in the military can be tough. Just ask Will's Kendrick Holmes, who plays JV hockey for Iona Prep. Will's dad, Clayton, was deployed to Afghanistan in 2010.
Of course, it was scary when he was deployed, and it was great to get my mind off of it with hockey.
I'm a reservist, so it's not always active duty. So I'll go on, 2 or 3 weeks I'll be gone, and, Mom's got to take care of everything, and him and his brothers. So, hockey's something that it's a constant for him, whether he go out and play or he can go out and shoot or whatever it is.
Will's is not much different than most of his teammates. He loves hockey, and he has big dreams that include playing the sport in college. Well, now a certain organization is helping him to achieve that dream. It's called Defending the Blue Line, a group dedicated to keeping the hockey dream alive for children of military members. Taylor Calais is the COO, and he tells me that military kids face a lot of change they're not used to.
There's not a lot of continuity, and hockey is kind of that thing that keeps them, it's that one constant that they can kind of go back to. They can stay connected with the community and enjoy the sport that they love.
On Saturday night, the nonprofit organization was awarded $16,000 raised by Iona Prep Hockey. Pat Scanlon is the varsity head coach, who also served in the Marine Corps. He understands the importance of giving military kids the chance to pursue their dreams.
That's our privilege. I think that's the biggest thing. It's not about what somebody gets. If they get something out of it, that's great. But they've given us the opportunity to give to them, and that's all we can ask.
Scanlon says there are 3 things he learned in the military that he likes to teach his players: value, duty, and honor. And now, thanks to the efforts of his players and this entire organization, it's beginning to pay off as they continue to defend the blue line. We're at the Ice Touch in Mount Vernon. Mack Rosenberg, FiOS 1 Sports. Set for life. It's what you might call these two people after winning a combined $8 million on scratch-offs.
Obviously, they were in disbelief and shock.
Diana Orozco of Long Beach won $3 million, and Neil D'Amato of Medford will cash in $5 million. 2 Long Islanders just going about their day who ended up in the right place at the right time.
We were at the Cold Shopping Center in Shirley, and I was waiting for my wife to come out, and I decided to go get a can of chicken soup.
It was the decision to buy that can of soup that turned a former Suffolk County public safety supervisor who also served in the Army into a millionaire. His earnings will total $2.6 million, which he plans to use a portion of to take his wife on a 50th wedding anniversary Hawaiian vacation next month. Orozco, who only speaks Spanish but spoke through a translator, runs her own clothing line. She had been playing the new Frenzy scratch-off game for about a week when she asked her husband to buy her a ticket on New Year's Eve.
He ran home right after, and he showed her the ticket, which is right here. He showed her the ticket, and he said, look, we matched 39 with 39, and it says jackpot. And she still couldn't believe it.
She'll take home nearly $1.6 million in a lump sum and plans on using the money to buy a house, a car, and to save for the future. And while you might think winning millions on a scratch-off is unheard of, lottery officials tell us there's actually been an uptick in big scratch-off winners on Long Island recently. Mack Rosenberg, FiOS 1 News.